Yeah, I'm a le coconut, le champion. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit you over the head like Roddy Piper in the. Oh, yo, what's up, YouTube? Yeah, I was just practicing my overhand rights like Roddy Piper with the coconut. But hey, since you're here, let's talk about new comic book day #1 issues that came out this week. I'll be back in 5-10 seconds. Yo, so welcome back, guys. Edwin the Comic Jabroni coming at you with this week's new comic book day reviews for issue #1s, brand new issue #1s that came out this week. I'm changing things up just a little bit because with everything that's going on, I'm going to try to push out more content for you. So in today's episode, we're gonna go over those issue #1s. In tomorrow's episode, we're gonna go over new DC books that I picked up, and then after that it'll be Marvel and then an independent video. So I'm hoping to push out 4 brand new videos for you guys to get all your jabroni content. Hey, if this is the first time you're watching one of the Comic Jabroni's videos and you are a new comic book day warrior like myself, or you love reading comic books, talking about Ninja Turtles, retro video games, and all that great geek and nerd culture, hey, think about hitting that subscribe button, joining the hashtag Comic Jabroni Nation, you guys. So a little story before we get into the reviews. This week has been a very, very crazy week, and I hope that all of you are out there staying safe, sheltering in place. Hope you have enough supplies to last you for the foreseeable future. Please stay safe, everybody, and stay home, social distance, do all that great stuff that's gonna keep you healthy. My local comic shop that I go to every week did not put out new books this week, Heroes and Fantasies. They went the safe route and didn't want to jeopardize any of their employees going to pick up books and get everything separated out. So instead of putting out new books, they were just waiting until San Antonio lifts the shelter in place memorandum or whatever we have going on right now, and that probably won't be until mid-April. So what I did is I called around to a few of the other shops here in San Antonio to see if they would have their new comics out on Tuesday, and one such shop, Alien World, did have books. So I drove right over because Tuesday here in San Antonio was going to be the last day comic shops would be open in the city. So I drove over there, not having my pull list with me or anything like that, just kind of going off of memory of the things that I wanted to pick up. And I was able to come away with a good hefty amount of new comic book days. I wanted to take this time to help support this comic shop that was open and had new comics on Tuesday and give them, as much money as I really could, right? I wasn't going to give them everything in my account, but I was going to spend more money on this day than I usually would to help support them, because who knows when the comic shops will actually be able to open. They also had 50% off on trade paperbacks, so I decided, hey, while I'm here, let's get a couple trades to help me out during this time. Let's read some new stories that I had never read before. So I'm going to show you those trades, and then we're going to get into the new #1s. But enough of that. Let's go. All right, guys, so the first trade that I picked up from them is Black Hammer Age of Doom Part 1. Now, this is the 3rd trade in this Black Hammer universe. So I've read trade 1, I've read trade 2, and now it is on to trade 3. I know my buddy Oscar from Lost in Comics, he hooked it up with both series 1 and series 2 as far as the floppies go, but I didn't want to open those up to read them, so I said, hey, let's just go ahead and get the trade, read it that way. I can't wait to read this. Jeff Lemire is killing it with Black Hammer. Let's get into the next trade. Next up from DC's Vertigo is a story that I've heard so much about, and that is Y the Last Man from Brian K. Vaughan. Guys, this is a mega trade, I guess you could say. It combines trade 1 and trade 2 together. So in this, we have issues 1 through 10. And the girl that was working the register there, I asked her if she read comics, does she love independence, or what are some stories that she really liked, and she ran over to get this for me. She said, I need to read this story. And with everything that's going on in the world today with the whole COVID-19 and coronavirus, it's crazy that she pulled out a book where all the men in the world die. I don't know. I can't wait to read it. I am going to do a review on this. So if you've ever wondered about Y: The Last Man, be on the lookout for a Comic Jabroni review of this trade. But let's get into the new #1 issues. Alright, so from Vault Comics, we picked up No One's Rose, issue #1. This is written by Zach Thompson and Emily Horn, and it's drawn by Alberto Albuquerque. So, what is No One's Rose about? This is a post-apocalyptic story. And in this story, the world has kind of gone into chaos and no more forests, no more trees. Nothing is able to live anymore. And even the humans that have survived during this post-apocalyptic world event now live in a biodome, right? Anybody remember that Biodome movie from the 90s? I laughed. I've seen that movie like 10 times. Pretty good. Anyway, so they live in this biodome. And the reason they live in this biodome is because there is only one tree left in the world that they have been able, the scientists in this world have been able to genetically engineer to live through any type of an environment. And that is the one oxygenating tree left in the world. So everybody lives in this biodome with this absolutely huge tree. I'm going to show you. There's that picture of that right there. So in this world, it's just going to be like every other city that we have here in the United States and around the world. There are parts of the city that the more rich and affluent people live, and then there's parts of the cities that it's the workers, the lower class, and in this city, the lower class cannot move up in the world unless they are a scientist, a captain, or above, I believe is how it was read. I enjoyed it. I like post-apocalyptic stories. I really liked the artwork in here. I thought it was beautiful colors, beautiful artwork. The story is really engaging. I like that. Look at that 2-page spread right there. It is a great read, guys. So if you have a chance to go to your local comic shops, I do suggest picking up No One's Rose. I liked it. Let me know. What did you think? All right, next up from IDW Publishing. I give Rod a hard time about Transformers, but I actually picked up Transformers and the Terminator, issue #1. I grabbed this, I don't know what cover this is, like the C or the B cover, where you got the Terminator standing on top of the remains of the Transformers. What can I say about this? I would suggest this read, I would suggest this pickup if you're a Terminator fan. If you remember watching Terminator 1, Terminator 2, and you just loved that world with Skynet and the T-800s, the T-1000s, you loved that story, you're really gonna dig this, because this right here is the same story with Skynet, except a twist. And the twist is, instead of Skynet destroying the world and creating these robots that kill humans, it's actually the Transformers or the Decepticons that come in to kill the world off, and Skynet rises out of that, creates these robots to help protect humanity and the Earth. So now they're sending this Arnold Schwarzenegger looking dude back into the past to not kill Sarah Connor, to not kill her son, but to actually destroy the ship that brought the Decepticons to Earth. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the artwork in here. I think it is awesome. Wow, you know, Perry was talking about this. Tell me that doesn't look like Sarah Connor right there from the movie. Holy smokes. This is a great story. And I will tell you that I'm a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan and I love the Terminator. So, of course, I'm gonna love this. Perry said it was hot garbage water, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I thought it was way better than that. Obviously, it is a ripoff of Arnold Schwarzenegger. He doesn't exactly look like that. And look at this back cover. Ooh, with the Terminator skull and the Decepticon. Come on, man. Or that's not the Decepticon. That's actually I can't remember the name right now. But hey, enough of that. I liked it. If you are into Transformers, you'll obviously pick it up. But if you're really into Terminator and you love those movies, give this one a pickup, guys. Give it a read. Next up on the list, and that was Autobots. I don't know. I had a brain fart. Anyways, next up on the list, again, IDW, we got Judge Dredd False Witness. Guys, this is written by Brandon Easton. The artwork is done by Kei Zama. Judge Dredd, False Witness. I like this back cover too right there, but I picked up this, pretty sweet A cover. This is actually the A cover for the Transformers Terminator. So, man, I'm super hyped up right now, guys. Judge Dredd, False Witness. I remember watching the Judge Dredd movie back in the 90s thinking, damn, this is badass. I love this. Out in the wasteland with all the mutants, and then he comes back and, oh, I've judged you to be guilty. And then he shoots people. I was like, this is awesome. But this story is not really about Judge Dredd. Now, we are set in that Mega City 1, I think it's called. We are set in that time, and you do see Judge Dredd, but this is more a story about this guy named Lincoln, and he is a courier. And at the very beginning of the story, you see that he has this package that he needs to take to the more rich part of this mega city. But on the way there, he gets caught up. The judges show up. There's these robots there, and he has to fight his way through. And then he's going down into the tunnels to get away from them. And you meet up with the person, this doctor that he actually has the package for. So Judge Dredd shows up just very little. Out of a 22-page comic, he probably shows up about 6 or 7 pages of it. It's more a story about the other guy, this Lincoln guy. I'm gonna show you. There's some of the artwork inside. I'm enjoying it. I like it. I like Judge Dredd. Honestly, if this was a regular week of comics and we were gonna get comics next week and everything wasn't gonna close down, I might not have picked this up. So I'm kind of happy that I picked it up because it gave me a chance to read a Judge Dredd story. I don't know if I've ever read a Judge Dredd comic, but this was fun. I really enjoyed this, guys. What can I say? It's kind of a story of like No One's Rose. There's a better part of the city that the lower class can't go to, and you got these cops out here that are harassing civilians, and I know that's not how life is all the time, so please don't write negative comments and give us a thumbs down, but I'm just saying, I really enjoyed Judge Dredd. Pick it up. Give it a chance. Give it a chance is all the jabroni's saying. Ooh, yeah, huh? Let's get into the last book. Only got one left. Last one on the list is a Marvel book, and it is part of the Dawn of X series, and that is Hellions issue number 1, written by Zeb Wells. The artwork is done by Steven Segovia. Where do I know that name? Segovia. The Segovia Accords? Does that sound right? Anyways, guys, Hellions. So, biggest reason I picked this up is I decided long ago when this whole Dawn of X started, I was going to pick up Dawn of X number 1 issues, right? For these new teams going out there. And I'm really glad I picked up this number 1 issue. The main reason is because this is a team about psychopaths and murderers, these mutants that aren't like your X-Men, aren't these goody two-shoes like Cyclops. These are mutants that, they love a little bit of mayhem. So, what is the council gonna do with these mutants that they said can come to the island? They're not gonna throw them in the pits because where Sabretooth went, because they haven't done anything yet. They haven't killed anybody, but they're worried about these guys, what they're gonna do to the rest of the mutants on the island. So, in their infinite wisdom, they decide, well, let's give them to Mr. Sinister to help mold them. And on top of that, let's put Psylocke on the team as the captain to keep them together, the glue that keeps this team together. So what I like is you get a team of mutants that you really don't know or think about too often, and I like that, right? The X-Men aren't always just Wolverine and Cyclops and Jean Grey and Beast and Gambit. There are other mutants out there in the Marvel world, and this is showing us some of those mutants. So you got Havoc, you got Psylocke, then you got a bunch of other mutants that I have not remembered their name yet. But I like this team, and Mr. Sinister is sending them off on these missions to kind of quench that thirst of mayhem that they have. Cool. Totally awesome. I dig it. Again, there you go. There's some of the artwork. Again, you're getting these encyclopedia type of reads, right, that Jonathan Hickman loves to do in his books. And although this is not Jonathan Hickman writing, it seems like all of the Dawn of X titles now have this encyclopedia type of reading in them. But it's just making the story that much deeper. You get what I mean? Here you go. A little bit more of that artwork for you. I'm digging it, guys. Hellions is probably going to be one that I pick up the next issue. Now, I've only stuck with X-Force, and I've stuck with Marauders. I've dropped the rest of them, but I think Hellions might be on the pull list. Did you pick up Hellions? And if you did, what did you think of it? Oh yeah, huh? Alright y'all, that's what I picked up on New Comic Book Day-ish, which was Tuesday. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'm going to drop a DC video, I'm going to drop a Marvel video, and then I'm going to drop my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles independent video because that's the other indie that I picked up was Turtles, and I was so happy. Whatever, guys. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys are staying safe out there. You are practicing social distancing. You're keeping safe, staying healthy. Remember to be the best versions of yourself that you can be. And again, I am Edwin, the Comic Jabroni. Take it easy.
It's over 9,000!